Welcome to Living Inspired with Autism, the show for autism parents who are ready to move from chaos to calm and in control. I'm Antoinette. I'm a certified life coach. I'm an autism mom, and I'm also your guide on this journey from being overwhelmed to empowerment. So if you're listening to this while you're folding your laundry at midnight or sitting in your car after an appointment or just hiding in the bathroom for 5 minutes of peace, this episode is for you. And today I'm sharing something that you have felt but probably have never categorized before. And that's the 4 types of autism parents, which I've discovered in my years of coaching, and why only one of them is actually living the life they want. Plus, I'm going to be telling you about a completely free masterclass I'm hosting that will change how you think about autism parenting forever. Okay, so let's dive in. So I want to start with a confession. In just about 5 years ago, I was what I now call a shocked parent. I was numb. I didn't know what way to turn. I was listening to doctors' advice, even though I knew in my gut that the things they were telling me and the meds they were prescribing were just not right for my son. And I wore exhaustion like a badge of honor. I thought being a good autism mom meant being available 24/7, never taking any breaks, and making every single interaction about my son's needs. And I remember one particularly brutal day. The school had phoned me to say that Max had scratched another child again, and I had to do something about it. And that particular day, I was starting to feel so ill. And again, I knew in my gut that I had pneumonia again, which meant I would need to go to hospital. And I remember just sitting in the car on the parking lot and just sobbing and thinking to myself, this is what my life is now. This is all it's ever going to be. I just can't do this anymore. This is just too hard. But here's what I didn't realize then. I was making everything so much harder than it needed to be. I wasn't just managing my son's autism, I was drowning in my own emotional chaos. And that chaos was affecting everything: my relationship with my son, my work, my health, my dreams. And the turning point came when I realized that the most important work that I could do wasn't about changing my son Max, it was about changing myself. And that's when I discovered what I now call the 4 parent archetypes, and understanding which one I was at the time and which one I wanted to become just changed everything. So over the past 4-ish years of coaching autism families, I've worked with hundreds of parents. And here's what I've discovered. We all fall into one of 4 categories. The first one is the shocked parent, which is about 25% of the parents that I work with. Now, if this is you, you're probably new to this journey. Maybe you just got the diagnosis or you're still waiting for one, and you've got this nagging feeling that something is just different about your child, but you don't know what to do with that information. You are Googling, you're awake for hours every night, Googling things that people are telling you to look at. You're cycling through the stages of grief. If you've just got the diagnosis, perhaps you're in denial, anger, bargaining, or depression, sometimes all in one day. And everything just feels overwhelming because you literally don't know where to start. And your thoughts sound something like this. What does this even mean for the family, for our family? Will my child ever be independent? did I cause this somehow? If you're a shocked parent, please hear me. This phase is completely normal and you won't stay there forever. And then we have the isolated parent, which is about 30% of the parents I meet. Now, this parent has pulled back from their social world. Perhaps that's you. You decline invitations because it's just so much easier than explaining your child or what it's like. You avoid family gatherings because there is someone who always has an opinion about your parenting or your child's behavior. You've convinced yourself that no one understands your daily reality, and honestly, you are probably right. But here's the problem. Isolation isn't protecting you, it's slowly suffocating you because you're handling everything alone, even when support is available, because you believe it's just easier than dealing with other people's lack of understanding. And your thoughts might sound like they just don't get it, or it's just easier to stay home. No one can handle my child like I can. And then we get to the warrior parent, which is about 35% of the parents that I work with. This has been me for the last year. You're in constant battle mode. Every interaction with schools, doctors, therapists, or systems just feels like a fight that you have to win. And your advocacy skills are sharp, probably sharper than most professionals you encounter. But you are exhausted from being on guard all of the time. You've lost sight of simply enjoying your child because you're so focused on fighting for them. You wear your fatigue like a badge of honor. You tell yourself that this exhaustion proves that you're a good parent, that every battle won is worth your burnout. And you could be having thoughts like, I have to fight for everything my child needs. If I don't advocate for them, who will? I can rest when my child gets what they deserve. Now, I've learned the hard way. Being needed is not the same as being valuable. And you can advocate powerfully without making every interaction a war. And then we get to the in control and calm parent, which only about 10% naturally I find. But this is where we're all going to be heading. This is the parent who has a clear vision and a plan. You know that life includes both the challenges and the joy, and you don't let the challenges steal your happiness. You take care of yourself because you understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. You manage your emotions instead of letting them manage you. And most importantly, you're living your life. You're not just surviving. You're not just managing. You have goals for yourself and you've got goals for your kid, and you're actively working towards them. Now, thoughts that you may have if you're an in control and calm parent is, this is our journey and we are going to rock it. I can feel overwhelmed and still make good decisions. My kiddo and I are both capable of amazing things. Now, here's the question for you. Which archetype are you right now? And more importantly, which one do you want to become? Here's what I want to tell you after working with hundreds of families. You don't have to stay stuck in archetypes 1, 2, or 3. The difference between parents who have their shit together and parents who just survive isn't their child's level of needs. It isn't their financial situation or their support system. The difference is this: An in control, calm parent has learned to manage the emotions instead of being managed by them. They've learned that feelings are information, not instructions. They can feel fear and still advocate powerfully. They can feel overwhelmed and still make clear decisions. And most importantly, they've learned that taking care of themselves isn't selfish. It's the most generous thing that they can do for their child. And let me tell you what happened when I made this shift. Max, my son, started having fewer meltdowns, not because I changed my parenting techniques, but because my calm created his calm. I attracted an amazing guy into our lives who is now my husband. And together we learned how to stop bringing the stress of every autism-related challenge into our relationship. I started pursuing dreams that I'd put on hold, which made me a more interesting and fulfilled person and a better mom. I also found joy in parenting again, not despite the autism, but including it as part of our unique and beautiful journey. This transformation / breakthrough, whichever word works for you, is available to every single parent listening to this episode. So if you're thinking, this sounds amazing, but how do I actually make the shift? I have something very special lined up for you. I'm hosting a completely free 3-day masterclass called Regain Calm and Control for Parents of Autism. So over 3 powerful days, we are going to dive deep into the 4 parent archetypes and the foundation of emotional mastery. So we're going to identify exactly where you are right now and then begin the most important work you'll ever do as an autism parent. And that's learning to embrace your feelings and your emotions instead of fighting them. And then day 2, we are going to talk about taking care of yourself with the PRP, which is the Personal Renewal Plan, because I am going to completely bust the myth that self-care is selfish and show you what renewal actually looks like for an autism parent. And hint, it's not just bubble baths and spa days. It is so much more than that. And then day 3, we're going to talk about life beyond autism. This is where we are going to dream big. I'll show you exactly what is actually possible for your child's development and your personal dreams, because your life isn't just about managing autism, it's about thriving as a complete human being. This masterclass is completely free, but the transformation is priceless. Now, here is what some parents said after they attended my last masterclass. One parent said, for the first time in 2 years, I feel hopeful about our future. Another parent said, I finally understand why I've been so overwhelmed, and more importantly, what to do about it. I know what to do about it. And then another one said, this gave me the permission to take care of myself without guilt. Okay, so the masterclass starts on August 11th through 13th, and it is at 12 p.m. EST. Now, you can register completely free at www.lliautism.net, and I'm also going to put the link to sign up in the show notes. So even if you can't make it live, I want you to please just register anyway, because you are going to get access to all the recordings. So before we wrap up, I want you to do something right now. I want you to take a deep breath and ask yourself, what would my life look like if I became a parent who was completely in control and super calm? What would change in my relationship with my child, with my partner, in my daily experience of life? Hold on to that vision, because it's not just a dream. It's your future reality. Okay, so again, go to my website, lliautism.net right now and register for the free masterclass, or click the link in the show notes. Your transformation starts the moment you decide that you're worth investing in. Remember, your child needs you at your best, not your most exhausted. The work you do on yourself is going to be the greatest gift you can give your entire family. Okay, so I'll see you in the masterclass, and I can't wait to witness your transformation. Thanks for listening to Living Inspired with Autism. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with another autism parent who needs to hear this message. Until next time, remember, you're not just surviving this journey, you are meant to thrive on it.